are nice, but I would have joined without them. Same with the fire police. Wanted to contribute back to the town. You know, you want to help. That's all there is to it. And it keeps you active. You know, you got something to do. So that's how it works. But it's, even though it is part of the Coast Guard, it's separate. It's an organization. You know, and they have to earn their money or have it donated. They usually earn it by doing boaters' safety classes or courses. Some do a 1 day, some will break it up into 3 nights, you know, like after work. You know, they all have their own way of doing things. Some will do it both ways. You know, you try to make it work for whoever it is that needs it. So that's kind of how that works. But that's how they earn money. Now, believe it or not, oh, and they can take donations. It's a legitimate, so you can take a donation, and it could be written off, which is also nice. But the members have to pay for their own uniforms. In this case, with the radios, that's a $300 radio John just bought. He has to pay for that out of his pocket to help with the AUXNet. You follow me? So they really want to help. You know, it's not just in some cases, yes, they're you can call them weekend warriors, wannabes, stuff like that. But there's very few of those. Then there's also those who couldn't make the service. There's a couple of them in there to where they were the only son. The father was in the military. They grew up on military bases. However, you know, because it was the only son, you know, they wouldn't take him. All right, now, I have this plug set over here that's wrapped up. And I don't remember if I wrapped it up because I wasn't using them or I wrapped them up to get them out of the way. Now, we do have a wire coming. Okay, this is coming from forward. And if I remember right, this is a light. So let's find some power here to find out if we have a light. Okay, I believe it is. I can't see forward too much. I did bookmark it. But I sent them an email to their sales department because their website sucks. And I told them I think that they can make a whole lot more money if they did something with their website. I don't know if they paid to have it done or if they decided they were going to do it themselves or whatever. But it sucks. It shows an item. Just say you pick an item. Let's just say I pick alligator clams or crocodile, whatever you want. There's a difference. Come on. So you go there and you click on the icon that shows what it is. Shows you a picture. It shows you 6 or 8 or 2, whatever it is that you're buying. And then, after that, the price and how many you want. So if there's 6, there's this pack of 6, that's 1. If I buy 2 packs, I'm going to get 12. Okay, that's pretty well standard. However, from there, it doesn't say anything about the product. Now, for instance, they make all different sizes. I'm trying to put a wire on this and I can't see it because it's small. My glasses don't work. Okay. It is a light. See the light on my hand? Okay. You know, you take, let me get this side off. Okay. You take an alligator or a crocodile or whatever it is you want. There is a difference. These things. We use these a lot. Alright? One of them has more of a pointy nose. The other one has more of a flat nose. But anyway, these come in different sizes. They can come as small as 1 inch, and they can be as 2 inch, 2.5, 3 inch. Well, it doesn't say. It doesn't give you any description as to what it is. So, what is it that I'm buying? You know. And that's how it is with everything on their page. And a lot of things need some type of an explanation as to what it is. Amplifier. Shows you a picture of an amplifier, 10-watt amplifier. Okay, well, is it a stereo amplifier? 2-channel? You know, tell me something about it. You know, whether it doesn't show a picture of the back, so you don't know what kind of inputs it has, what kind of output it has, you know, as far as the connections. Doesn't say anything. It shows you a picture of the front of the amplifier. All right? 10 watt. Ah, okay. Hello? Oh, and the price and quantity. So I told them. I got on the internet and I sent them an email to sales, and I told them, listen, and just what I said, your website sucks. You need some type of a description on your products. Don't call me saying, what is it that you need to know? Because people are not going to call you every time they have a question on something. Nor are you going to want to be bothered on the phone with hundreds of people asking you hundreds of questions. So I'm curious to see what they do. All right, so this seems to be shaping up pretty good here, guys. Let's get this out of the way. Now, again, I really don't know where we're at this point. Now, I have a switch here. Now, I believe this switch has two connections. I believe this switch has two connections. Now, I didn't put these on here. If I had put these on here, see, these plug into something else. And I can only assume, which it would be a black and a blue wire. Now, in this case, if the other side, even though they're the same, if it has a black and blue wire, you would match up the black and blue wire. However, it would be better if one of these had the opposite side on it, so that it can only go one way. You follow me? And this is where they screw up. They make things difficult for themselves as well. Not unless they've got a secret code someplace that nobody knows about. Like the power switch, the on-off charger, that switch was wired all ass backwards. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't tampered with. You could tell just the way that it was. Whoever did, if they did tamper with it, they did a good job on putting it back together. However, it wasn't wired right to start with. I don't know how this thing ran. Now I know why they probably blew up the charger, the battery charger, because of the way that switch was wired. And they kept two batteries going because the first battery probably wasn't charging in here like it was supposed to. So I called the company and I talked to their tech support. Now the guy was a nice guy, but he was either out of his element, and they said, "Here, your tech support," or he didn't want to tell you too much because they'd rather have you send it back to them. I asked him about the switch, and he says to me, "That doesn't sound right." I don't know, it doesn't. Do you have the wiring diagram on this switch? Well, I'm going to have to look. I don't know. Well, can you look and let me know? I mean, you know, if you can't do it now, okay. See, okay, now here's the problem. I found where these two wires go. Right here. Here's what I mean. Here and here, see it? There's no indication on these plugs right here, A and B or whatever, to tell me which one goes where here. Now, they couldn't reverse them. However, they could have made a mark of some sort. I have seen things to where they made a mark with a little white dab of paint type of stuff. They just put a little white dab on it, and they put a little white dab on whatever it is they had to connect to it. This here way you knew. Anything would work, you know. But in this case, which is which? I have no idea. Now, is it going to make a difference? It may not. It may just be on and off regardless. It may be one of those motors that doesn't care. But still, you get used to doing something one way or another, and that's the way you're always going to do it. The way. Label the wire somehow. Alright, now. I really don't want to put the battery in it. Not when it's this laying on its side. If it was upright, I'd put the battery in it right now. I would. I'm wondering here, you know what, let me wipe out some of this crap in here. And let me get rid of this wire, and then let's put the battery in it. Yeah, and get it upright. Because I can't test anything unless the battery's in it. And I really don't want to go through hooking up a wire every time I got to do something. And a lot of it I can't test anyway unless it's upright. Okay, let me get some spray and clean I'm just using a very mild laundry and dish detergent mixture here with a lot of water. Like I say, just enough to get off the heavy dust and light dirt. I think I told you guys when I first got that, or got this, there was almost 3 gallons of water in it. Not good. You have 3 gallons of water sitting in something for a year or two, it's going to cause problems. Today's Wednesday, and they called Darlene in to see if she wanted to work a couple extra hours this week. And she's used to working, and she likes to get out of the house. So she said, "What do you think? Do what you got to do. Yeah, if you want to do it, you feel like doing it, do it. If you don't, don't. You know, don't do it for the money. You know, do it because you feel like doing it and you want to do it." Soak. I'm working on the lens. I'm working on the lens. How is that? I have no idea. That's not for me. All this crap in here is me. That wasn't for me. You end up with a lot of crap, that's for sure. You're cutting it, drilling it, sanding it. So I bought a little toaster oven for the kitchen. We really don't use them a lot, so I didn't need anything crazy. But I found myself using the one out here. This one used to be in the house, but we never used it, and it just sat on the counter. And Darlene doesn't like shit just sitting on the counter taking up space if we're not going to use it. Understandably so. So I brought it out here. Now out here naturally gets filled with crap and all kinds of dirt and everything, but I do use it out here, especially when I do those pre-made sausage, egg, and cheese. You know, in the little baggies, you get 4 to 8 to a pack or whatever, because they're quick, they're easy. Yeah, they're loaded with sodium and shit, but I'm only eating one in the morning, and I don't eat one every morning. I have oatmeal, but meanwhile, I noticed if I keep it in the bag and throw it in the microwave with the bag, do all the directions, it's fine. However, it's kind of mushy, you know, and I don't like it that way.